Hi everyone, I'm Ken.
And I'm Julie.
And we've gone caravanning. Today we wanted to bring you some footage of an incident we had coming back from the far south coast earlier on in the week. The incident happened when we left late one afternoon. We were going to move on from Narooma down the south coast, as we said, and move on up to Braidwood, where we were going to stay in a free camp.
Coming up the King's Highway.
Up the King's Highway, yep. So it was probably about 5 o'clock, and we left. We went through Bateman's Bay, and we headed on up to Nelligen, and the weather was okay, wasn't it?
Yeah, plenty of daylight.
Yeah, plenty of daylight. Certainly nothing to be concerned about. But as we started to move up the mountain, Clyde Mountain, the weather conditions changed quite dramatically, didn't they?
It got misty.
Yeah.
Misty Mountain, isn't it?
Yeah, Misty Mountain. They do call it Misty Mountain as well. Yeah. I'm not sure which part is which, but it certainly, as we climbed higher and higher, it got worse and worse.
Yeah.
And that's when we came across an incident. Now, we did have the cameras going as we came up because we wanted to show the fog and stuff. So, unfortunately, there was a car and caravan coming down the hill that had collided into the Armco railing.
On a hairpin bend.
On a hairpin bend. And we'll talk a little bit more about this in a little while.
Yeah.
What we thought we would do now is we're going to run the footage for I think there's about 8 minutes of footage. We're going to run the footage and then we'll come back and we'll discuss some of what's happened there. As you will see in that footage, we were lucky to actually get out of harm's way ourselves.
Yeah.
It did get very scary for a moment.
I thought we were going to be stuck.
Yeah, it was looking a bit ordinary for a moment. But anyway, we'll come back after the footage and have a little discussion about it. So let's roll it and we'll see you in a couple of minutes. We're slipping.
Full drive, he said. Just stop.
All right. I'm just going to roll back a bit.
Shall I get out?
This should be quiet, Julie. Caravan going the right way.
There's a red car there, isn't there? Can you see it?
Yeah, we've got to get out of that grease. I don't know, we can try. You ready?
Push. to be off your tyres now.
Yeah, we're alright. We've got to stop though to get it out of four-wheel drive low. I don't want to just stop. Alright, we'll leave that footage running just while we go over some of the things. So you would have seen in that footage the caravan and the car into the fence. We do know, Julie's looked into a bit, and the driver and the passenger are both okay. The driver did go to hospital and spent the night in hospital, but was released the next day. So it was good to hear that. Julie looked into it a bit. We were a bit worried for him, weren't we?
It wasn't like it was an accident that involved other vehicles. It was just they had hit, well, we thought was like diesel fuel over the road on their side, coming down to the hairpin bend to come around, and somehow, because they're going at a slow pace, and there was light rain as well, which didn't help, the fog and light showering of rain, they must have just slid across, and as they're trying to hang on to everything, the car and caravan has slid into the car railing. Yeah
Look, we are very it's very unfortunate for them. I'm glad it wasn't us coming down that hill at that time.
We were coming up. Yeah. So and we didn't see it happen. We just arrived after it had happened.
From what we can work out, there was an oil spill. This wasn't their fault. No. It said in the comments on the tow truck driver's Facebook page that they were a victim, not the cause of the accident. Yeah. So there's been some kind of oil spill. The road was just coloured all over. It was just, it was horrific, wasn't it? And I'm just glad, thankful that it wasn't us coming down that hill, because I can't
imagine that we would have been able to control in that situation either.
The minute, as all you people would be aware, when you're coming down the hill and you're on and off the brakes, not trying to overwork them and keep everything cool, the minute he's put his foot on those brakes, he just would have it just would have slid straight down the road. There would have been 3-ton van or whatever, how heavy it was, pushing that car down the road. It
just slid across.
Yeah, very unfortunate. And as I say, we were lucky. Julie got quite scared about it.
Well, because we're coming up and suddenly a guy that must have been part of the small ambulance is telling us to go, but we're hitting the oil spill on the wrong side of the road, which caused us to spin and stop.
Yeah, I hadn't really experienced that before, and I might have been a bit slow. Had I thought about it and been in that situation, I might have known that I might have been able to switch it straight into four-wheel drive high, and we may have been able to keep going. There's no way of knowing that now. We were lucky that when we did put it in four-wheel drive, that
we had to
roll back
a bit to get out of the greasy parts once in four-wheel drive to go forward, like to get round, and luckily we did.
Yeah. Yeah, you might tell Julie to be quiet there in one instant. I wasn't trying to be rude to her. There's just so much going on in your head, and it's just like I just needed to concentrate. When the fire brigade put the siren on, I had to beep out.
Well, they must have just arrived coming down from Braidwood, and there's no way we could have stopped. But they let us pass because they could see that we'd just got past and just trying to crawl up the hill then.
Yeah, I thought he was going to pull out onto our side of the road, and I'm just thinking, please, no, don't you do that.
We actually got past, but I think most cars and vehicles after that had to wait.
Yeah, the road was blocked for 2 or 3 hours after that.
Yeah, while they cleaned up the mess.
Yeah, we were quite fortunate because you can see if we'd have stayed where we were right in the thick of it.
Smack bang in the middle.
I don't know what would have happened. They'd have had to tow us out of there to clean it up. We were stuck right in the middle of everything. So I'm glad that the four-wheel drive did work and we were able to pull out.
Yeah.
Obviously, then we were stuck in four-wheel drive because we were in four-wheel drive low. There's no way of taking it out of low unless you pull over. So we had to go up the hill very, very slow until we found a spot where we could just pull over.
We don't even think the fuel spill was anything to do with the vehicle or the caravan that got.
No, that's definitely.
It was it was on there. It was on the
Yeah,
road.
it's either come from a truck spill of oil. I don't want to blame anybody. We're not really sure.
Anything.
If you have some ideas, you can give us your thoughts on that. But I think it might have been some diesel spilled out of a tank.
And anyway, it could have been a whole lot worse if a vehicle was just coming around. Oh, a motorbike rider was coming around there.
Yeah, that could have been really tragic.
Yeah.
So I guess the reason we've put this video up is we just want to. It's a warning. It to stay alert. This was just a typical afternoon for us. We decided we were going to break camp and move on. I'm a person who likes to sometimes do that, leave in an afternoon.
Well, we
and
just break the journey.
And free camp on the side of the road somewhere. I love doing that. The weather changed dramatically. I think it's 48 kilometres from Bateman's Bay to Braidwood.
Yeah.
And in that 48 kilometres, we went from blue skies and sunshine to what you see in that film.
Light rain and...
To by the time we got to Braidwood, it was all good and there was no problems again, was it?
No. The sun was shining.
The sun was shining again. So that's the kind of thing that can happen in a very short amount of time. And we need to be able to...
it was close to sunset, really. Yeah.
Definitely need to be on our game when those kind of things happen. This was no fault of anybody of the other caravanning car. I don't think so anyway. There was a comment in one of the comments that what was that? Bicky Dipper in the corner a bit hot. I don't believe that's what happened in this case.
No.
He obviously thought he was quite smart with that comment.
I'm not a Bicky Dipper. I don't eat biscuits.
So yeah, but I hope that the couple involved in that incident have managed to sort everything out, and
it would have been a scare.
We believe they are from Western Australia, so that's going to certainly put a bit of a damper on their trip for a little bit, I imagine, by the time they get that sorted out. So hopefully they do get that sorted out quickly. And
actually, when you think about it, out of all our travels, I would have to say that was one of the scariest.
The scariest moments. I was not scared at any point. I was more, what are we going to do? Well, my brain's thinking, what's going to do? Oh, we'll just roll back, you know what I mean? But, and maybe we can get some traction. And luckily that worked for us. So.
Yeah, which made us keep moving then.
Anyway, we didn't know whether we were going to put this video up or not. But in the end, I think it's a good warning to all of us caravanners that things can change very quickly, and whether it's our fault or not, or how good a driver we are or think we are, things can happen quickly. And I'm not so sure that if that was me, that we wouldn't have hit that fence as well. So
it would have happened to anyone.
It could have happened to anyone, I think.
Trying to come around that bend.
Yeah.
Hairpin bend.
Yeah.
What they call it.
Anyway, we'll leave it at that. Let us know what you think. Yeah, I'm glad everyone's all right, and yeah, we'll catch you in the next video. Cheerio.
Cheerio.
Safe and happy travels.
Yep, definitely.